Let's produce a more interesting design for this courtyard. What we'll do is draw, and we'll pick circle center radius, and we'll put a circle down in this position here. That might well become a raised platform, a timber covered platform for some chairs, tables, and maybe some cover over it. Let's now put the edging in, and again we'll use draw line, and I'll start here and we'll move up. And at this point I want to show you that if you start drawing a line, you can swing and join an arc onto it. So I'll say draw an arc. I'll make an arc tangential to that line, and you can see that the arc is tangential to the original line. And if I leave it, watch the little beige indicator to show, I'll get a nice shape coming around like so. Then I can go back to the line command again, pick up the end there, and if I let my indicator stay, I can go horizontally across, and I'll overlap a little. Now I'll draw a line up from, say, here and up in the same way, and now we have a circle. This is going to be a raised platform. This will be a paved area. The garden beds will be in this zone. We need to trim off these two errant lines here, so it's modify, trim. This one becomes the cutting edge. You select it with the left button of the mouse, then with the right button of the mouse, and then the left, select the two errant pieces. So that trim command is really useful. We could, for the sake of argument, draw a line from an end point. It's jumping to an end point because, to remind you, in the OSNAP settings I've turned end OSNAP on. Later versions of GardenCAD will have a tick in that little bit there to remind you that it's on, but clearly OSNAP is on to end. So we can go draw line, pick up that end point, go across here, wait for our indicator to show so we have an orthogonal line, a straight line through there, and we've got two little lines overhanging, so we can again modify and trim. This can be what's called the cutting edge, and we'll just knock off those two. Repeat the command again. If you right click on the mouse, you get the opportunity to repeat trim. This can be a cutting edge, and then we select that piece and off it comes. Remember, right click, zoom extents will show us the whole drawing. I just want to check that through here we meet neatly, and we don't quite meet there. So it's modify, extend, pick this one as the boundary, then extend through there. Right click and zoom extents, and there's our design taking shape. And I think that will work a lot better than our earlier attempt at an informal design. You can use this sort of information as a base for 3D modelling later on, but when you're working a design out originally, this is the way to go. So we'd like you to try and think about producing a design that's a little more elegant than the earlier one. We might put some tables and chairs on here later, maybe some external seating through here, and if you look down through in the notes, we've got a three-dimensional view, a model view of what that sort of space might look like.